Welcome to today's episode of Heard and Seen Around. I am Rajesh Karipurath. This is my take on macroeconomic and geoeconomic data points, which I find interesting. I hope you enjoy watching it as much as I enjoyed curating it. Cheers.
Recession, 2 quarters of maybe it's just a phase. Fiscal discipline, promising to stop spending right after this one last thing. Trade-off, the polite way of saying you can't have both. Bandwidth, the polite way to say absolutely not. Low-hanging fruit, the task nobody wanted until it looked easy.
India's bank credit growth is running at 14.5%, comfortably strong and consistent with a healthy expansion phase. Strip out the noise and the underlying trend looks stable rather than frothy. Yes, the sharp spike in 2023 exaggerated momentum. That is largely base effect math from the HDFC Limited merger with HDFC Bank, which temporarily inflated system-wide numbers. Once that normalized, growth cooled but did not collapse. Now we are back to the mid-teens credit expansion phase. That's supportive for GDP, corporate earnings, and capex without flashing overheating signals. Apple Incorporated just posted a record $143.8 billion in revenue, in quarterly revenue, up roughly 16% year on year. And yes, the iPhone is still the main character, contributing 59.3% of sales. The hardware engine remains very much alive. But the quieter compounding machine is services at 20.9%, high margin, recurring, and ecosystem driven. Every device sold isn't just a gadget, it's a subscription funnel. Wearables, Mac, iPad, important but supporting actors. The real strategy is simple. Sell premium hardware, then monetize the install base for years. For decades, India's cargo took a detour, shipping out, looping through Singapore or Colombo, and coming back home like a frequent flyer without loyalty points. The Great Nicobar transshipment port changes that. Sitting near the Strait of Malacca, where roughly 30% of global container traffic sails through, India isn't just building a port, it's buying an optionality. Lower logistic costs, tighter supply chain control, and a front row seat to one of the world's busiest trade choke points. In geopolitics, location isn't everything, it's the only thing. As Alfred Thayer said, whoever controls the sea controls trade. India just applied for the promotion. Follow the money, and it's a tight club at the top. Saudi Aramco leads the profit parade, but big tech isn't just attending, it's practically hosting. Alphabet, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, digital toll booths on the global economy. NVIDIA's margins scream AI gold rush, even if it's absolute profits lag the mega caps. Meanwhile, finance quietly stacks chips in the background, JP Morgan, ICBC, because higher rates are basically a banker's love language. Tech plus energy plus finance is equal to the global cash engine. India just added a record 52.5 gigawatts in the first 10 months of FY26, the highest ever in a single year. Over 75% of that came from renewables. Translation, the grid is going green at scale and not in slogans. Total installed capacity now stands above 520 gigawatts, with non-fossil sources overtaking fossil fuel capacity. A structural shift and not a headline blip. Peak demand is projected to keep climbing towards 335 gigawatts by 2029-30, growing at 6 to 6.5% annually. That means infrastructure, storage, transmission all become investment themes. Rooftop solar adoption in Gujarat, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh adds a decentralized layer to the story.